Hola, mi amo Chacha, and today we're gonna check out the new Andalusian. If you don't know, the Andalusian is a Spanish breed, and it's had a big impact on many breeds of horses. But first, before I get into that, let's go check them out. Alright, not sure if you guys know this, but the Andalusian is actually pretty famous, at least when it comes to film. If you have a western or a medieval fantasy, you're probably going to see these. First, probably the most famous Andalusian is Zorro's horse, Tornado. We actually have a look-alike of him right here. Tornado was a pure black Andalusian. I think he was Zorro's loyal horse. I'll have to get back on that, but anyway, we have Tornado here. And younger audiences might recognize this horse as Altivo. He was the quirky horse in The Road to El Dorado. So, I don't know about the brown stuff here, but otherwise, he's a pretty good match. And I ended up getting this girl. Just an updated version of my beautiful fairy tale gray. There's a couple other colors. This is really beautiful. I don't really like this one. Not because it has the ramen mane. I just don't really see this color as a Spanish horse. Not used to seeing it. I think I saw one Lusitano this color. But yeah, not really my favorite. See here, change coat. Damn it. Okay. The bay is not bad. I just wish the mane and tail was darker. And I wish the blaze was a little prettier. Oh, this reminds me of a story. A long time ago, when all battles were fought on horseback, there was a famous mare with this coloration, bald face, the socks, and in fact, was this mahogany bay color. When her and her rider went into battle, the rider got shot off immediately. But the mare was so smart, she was still leading the charge into battle, and the other horses were following her lead. And they actually won. So maybe I'll get this horse. I'll think about it. I was hoping for a different breed in this pattern, but we'll see. Bye bye lip pie. Okay, let's go check how accurate our new Andalusian is. Okay, let's stop, spin. Okay, we get off. Alright. Now, the Andalusian is a barrack horse. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a shorter horse, not a pony, but it's still powerfully built. And a lot of times, you get this long, majestic mane. See here, let's check her other side. Yep, well muscled. Her crest is pretty muscly. If you look at the withers aquí and the chest. Here, come on, spin, spin. That's not overly muscle. That's not like a draft horse like the Ardennes, but that's not really thin like a thoroughbred. And let's take a look at the barrel. Yep, it's not really thin like a saddlebred. It's deep, but not, really big. It still looks athletic. It doesn't look like a big plotting draft. Let's take a look at the bum. Okay, yes, we have that heavily plumed tail. I'm not sure if the bum looks accurate. Maybe I'm thinking of a Lusitano, or I thought the bum would be more well muscled. These horses were used in war after all. Okay. Let's go to my stable and talk about the influence of the Andalusian. Come on, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Okay. All right. As I said before, the Andalusian is a rather popular breed, and as popular breeds go, it's kind of one of those famous ingredients that's been added to many other breeds. Just like the Arabian has been put pretty much everywhere, this horse is a popular ingredient to other breeds. Okay, let's talk about the Lipizan. Now the Lipizan is kind of like a cousin of the Andalusian, also a war horse, but this was more, I think they concentrated more on the muscles. I mean, it doesn't have the long wavy mane of most Spanish horses, but it is still a nice barrack horse. See, that's a Spanish bum for sure. The tail is lower set, but it's still well muscled without being ginormous. And stocky body, powerful, but not, kind of like a ponyish build, not a draft build. Just right. Okay. And the Andalusians, those are the horses the conquistadors brought over to America when they're coming from Spain, came to the Americas and started to, conquer new lands, all that jazz. And when they were done using the horses, a lot of horses were let go. This was the main ingredient in creating the Mustang we know today. Now, the Mustang has a whole lot of Spanish blood. You'll see it's not that tall, well muscled. Yep, that's an athletic build. And the tail, even though it, lives in the desert, it's not high set like an Arabian. Still has that low set barrack bum. And definitely has those beautiful long mane jeans, long tail, long mane. And cool thing about barrack horses like these, they can have some fire and spice, but without being, hot-blooded like an Arabian or thoroughbred. They're not gonna be super hyper. But these can be, but they're also very intelligent. So they can harness that hyperness or that hotness and complete the task at hand. Now going back to the conquistadors, they, after North America, the influence spread to South America. And we have gotten these horses also influenced by the Andalusian. We got the Paso Fino. This is a very Spanish looking horse. And we also got the Criollo. You can definitely tell these are Spanish horses just by looking at them. They got the musculature, the long mane, and kind of like, that majestic presence. Alright. I think that's all for now. And that'll be all till we discuss the next horse. Bye!